Welcome to our channel. Keep liking. Don't forget to share and make sure you subscribe. In the news, Eradiri said, Fubara does not have that capacity. That is why he can say, my spirit has left government. Former Labour Party governorship candidate in Bayelsa State, Udengs Eradiri, has asserted that the ongoing political crisis in Rivers State stems from Governor Similaye Fubara's lack of capacity to manage political interests, echoing Fubara's own reported statement about his spirit leaving the governance. Udengs Eradiri, a prominent political figure in the Ijaw-speaking region and the Labour Party standard-bearer in the 2023 Bayelsa gubernatorial elections, made these remarks during an interview with Punch News published on May 19, 2025. Speaking on the feud between Governor Fubara and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory FCT, in some week, Eradiri offered a blunt assessment of the situation. Eradiri stated unequivocally, referring to Governor Fubara, Sim does not have that capacity. That is why he can say my spirit has left government. He argued that Fubara's alleged inability to handle political dynamics was evident in his fractured relationship with his predecessor and political benefactor, Nyesom Wike. Eradiri suggested that Fubara's actions were disloyal and that seeking reconciliation with Wike was his only viable option. Furthermore, Eradiri criticized Bayelsa State Governor Diri for allegedly encouraging Fubara to disrespect Wike. He highlighted Diri's own political history of respecting his predecessors and questioned the rationale behind supporting what he perceived as Fubara's insubordination. Beyond the immediate conflict, Eradiri called on Bayelsa State and the broader Ijaw ethnic group to align with the All Progressive Congress (APC), the ruling party. He argued that being in the ruling party will provide the Ijaw nation with greater access to political appointments and a stronger voice in national decision-making processes. He lamented the current absence of prominent Ijaw leaders at key political tables, suggesting this marginalizes the region's interests. Eradiri also dismissed the notion of a strong opposition in Nigeria, particularly within the Ijaw-speaking states, citing economic constraints and a lack of independent financial power among the populace. He contended that genuine political engagement requires a solid economic foundation, which he believes is currently lacking in the region. Those were the submission of Eradiri, that's the former gubernatorial flag bearer in Labour Party concerning the election in Bayelsa State. Actually, he was making his own comment about the state of affairs of the country, and when the matter of Rivers State was brought before him, his feeling and his conclusion and assumption is that Fubara lacks the capacity. He's judging Fubara based on what came out of Fubara's mouth himself too. Probably, like he's trying to say, he's not a politician as to the core. Let me put it that way. I don't want to use the word politician of repute because I don't know what is reputable, even in the life of some of our politicians in Nigeria, because many of them are there for their own personal selfish reason, only for their pocket. But as regards what Mr. Eradiri is saying concerning the statement made by Sim Fubara, who openly said his own spirit has left government, and that's a very strong statement. But then Fubara need to also give a rebuttal to this, because if he allows this to fester to a large extent, it's going to pour a lot of cold water in the hearts of some of his supporters. Very, very important. He needs to come out and he should watch whatever he's saying so as not to douse, the spirit of his supporters. He shouldn't pour cold water or weary them. Very, very important. Because Mr. Eradiri is making a very strong point. His belief is that loyalty is key in politics. Though Mr. Eradiri, if that loyalty is going to be inimical to our country or to the people, should it still be continued? If the loyalty we are talking about is still the issue in Rivers State, and if it's affecting the economy of Rivers State, should Fubara submit? Because there are certain things that we don't just look at face value. Loyalty is a very strong word and it has a deep meaning. We could remember when Governor Fashola was in Lagos, his predecessor was the current president of government. Then Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and then there was a misunderstanding in between them. Of course, people were believing that the reason for their fracas is money, and who knows whether the one also between Wike and the Fubara too has to go along without financial gain or political gain or whatever. But whichever the situation may be, as long as it does not affect even the people, as long as it does not erode their loyalty to the people, these are very, very important. Then we can now discuss the issue of the so-called political interest, because Mr. Udein Eradiri was accusing Governor Similaye Fubara that he lacks the capacity to manage political interests. Is echoing Fubara's own reported statement about his spirit leaving the government. Honestly speaking, yes, it requires tact, wit, and wisdom even to manage a political party. Even to be a politician is not an easy thing. That's why I believe that being a politician, you don't have to be a dunce or a fool. You must be someone who is well read, who is articulate, who is also successful in one thing or the other, not a failure, so that when the challenges of the matter comes in, you will be able to withstand the pressure and the heat, and then be able to manage the situation as it ought to be. But sincerely speaking, Mr. Eradiri might be right about Fubara not being able to manage all political interests in Rivers State, because there are many. That's just the reality. Everybody wants to be governor, and they decided to stop so many other people for you to become the governor. You should know that you are inheriting a lot of things that is positive and also it's negative, so it's a full baggage. You have to inherit everything together. I could remember then in Lagos State that Fashola decided only to inherit the administrative part, and he considered the political part even unto his predecessor, then Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But of course, he has to pay for it, because when the issue of other things, I don't want to even say only money now, align, come to the forefront, then they begin to have problem. But if he has made up his mind to manage both the political aspect of the administration and the administrative aspect of the whole leadership, he might be in power. Then Tinubu might have sit down in the background, and then he might rule successfully. And in this situation too now, it seems it's a similar case. Seeing Fubara was giving the administration while Wike wanted to be in control of the political structure. Unfortunately, he is now doing it even in a proxy manner, because he's already at the center. But then there's need for a Fubara to be very wise. But that is what this man is calling attention to. And he's also getting support from a governor from Bayelsa State who is loyal on his own, but now telling Fubara not to be loyal on his part. But it has cost him a lot of things. I think there are so many lessons to learn, that please, loyalty is very, very important in everything. But first of all, loyalty to the people who has given you the mandate. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like, to share. Thank you.